What's up, everybody? It's Cole Porter, joined by Ben McGreevy and Heath Green, and you are listening to the third episode of the Hattie podcast. And before we go any further, I would just like to say that the Nashville Predators will never host a Winter Classic at Neyland Stadium.
Why you say that?
Because it's not Nashville.
But it's in Tennessee, man.
We're not traveling 3 hours to see our home team play.
What if we travel 11 hours to go see us play in Dallas?
That's different. I'm going.
It's going to be amazing.
How is that any different than going to Knoxville? But then again, Neyland is way too big. But
Yeah.
See, but the Cotton Bowl. Okay, I also agree. By the way, that I don't think that that Nashville is going to be playing a game in Neyland Stadium. But like the Cotton Bowl holds 91,000.
right,
That's 10,000 less.
right.
That's a big difference.
Is it though?
Yeah,
No.
it is.
No,
Yeah.
not in an event like that.
I mean, maybe.
Here's
I mean,
the
considering
thing.
the fact it's
Your
going to have
Upper
to
Bowl
be.
tickets are $15, and
This
people are
is
going to buy it.
this is the Preds' first ever Winter Classic at Dallas New Year's Day of 2020. This is going to be huge in the first place because this is the Preds' first. This is Dallas's first, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna this fan base is gonna travel, and it's gonna be a huge showing. And all these people that are going to Dallas flew to Dallas. They're getting hotels and everything. But why would you want to pay for a hotel and go to Knoxville and do it there?
You don't want
doesn't.
to. Well, the
you don't
thing
want-
is-
there's nothing in
I was
Knoxville.
going to say, there's
Yeah.
nothing to do.
Like,
with
you go to the campus and you have Neyland Stadium, but you can't walk to bars. Like, Nashville has the scene.
Here's my thought. I think Neyland Stadium would probably be the coolest Winter Classic atmosphere there is.
Absolutely.
But for the game only. I just don't know if there's... People aren't going to tailgate. It's too cold. They might tailgate. I just don't see it being a big thing. I think if you're going to do a game in Nashville, it has to be at Nissan Stadium. But that's in the future right now. So, like, let's discuss. Like, what do we think? Winter Classic 2020. Finally, the Preds get a game. How do we feel? Like, how do you guys feel about it?
I'm excited. I can't wait. As soon as it came out, I was like, boys, we're making a road trip.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. And it's about time. And that it's in the South, there's a lot of controversy going on. But, I mean, I'm sure most of the NHL is just excited that Chicago is not in a Winter Classic.
Even Gary Bettman made a comment about
Yeah,
it.
I know. It is hilarious. But I'm excited for it. I think it'll be fun.
Heath, are you, like, do you wish it was a different team, or are you, like, excited?
No, I'm fine with it.
I kind of wish it was Nashville, Colorado, if I was changing it.
But then,
Personal opinion.
But no, I like Dallas.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's cool because it's different. Because they've not, besides LA, was it Las Vegas when they had that stadium series? Or was it LA?
Los
it was the Dodgers.
Angeles.
It was the
It was
Dodgers
at the
stadium.
Dodgers
Yeah.
Stadium.
I think it's a good thing because it goes away from all these northern cities to something that's a little bit different.
It
People
grows the game a little bit.
People, I don't think, really expected to get Dallas into that Winter Classic to host it at least.
Especially because their fan attendance is not, like, perfect. Not to
Preds-
shout out Dallas, but
The Preds will make up for what Dallas doesn't bring.
how
think
many
Dallas will
fans? How many fans do you think Nashville will send?
30 to 40.
You think
I really think Dallas, even though their fan base might not be the best at home games, this is the first Winter Classic.
I think they're
gonna
packing it.
they're gonna pack
They're
it.
gonna bring it.
Are they gonna
Tickets
give-
are going to be
They're
so
not-
hard to get.
What?
Are they doing it like they always have? Have they announced this yet? Are they going to give like one side to Nashville, one side to Dallas?
Oh, I have no idea.
Because like if you look at the game in the big house with Detroit and
Right? Yeah, it was.
in
completely
Toronto, it was
different.
half and half.
Now, then you looked at Notre Dame and it was predominantly Chicago.
Chicago.
Blackhawks.
You look at a game in Pittsburgh and it's Penguins fans.
So I don't really know.
I think they
Tickets-
expect it mostly to be Dallas, but I think tickets are going to get
I
hard
know
to
the
get.
tickets that when they go on sale, from what I read from Dallas, is they get priority, some form of priority. It's not.
Dallas fans get priority.
It's not in their like ticket, allotment. You can't just buy the ticket straight from Dallas.
Right.
But it is some form of priority. Like they get the first pick or something, or notified.
Since they're the home team.
Yeah.
they get
Does that make
priority over
sense?
Nashville.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that also goes for only their season ticket holders.
So I'm about to sign up as a Dallas season ticket holder,
Or
get
you
on
can
the
just-
wait list. That way I can get my tickets.
Or you just join their newsletter and see if when it comes out.
I joined the Nashville one. I didn't join the Dallas one. But anyway,
That should be. What do you guys want the jerseys for this?
I was
game?
about to say we get another jersey. It's on my Christmas list. I want to go back to the Navy.
for this
There's
game.
not much of an option here.
I mean, you got gold.
I mean,
you got a
can't
gold jersey,
do-
a white jersey. What else are you
can't
gonna
do
do?
the mustard because you already have a gold jersey.
Yeah.
Also, here's the thing: you can't do navy either.
Because we already have it.
Yeah.
But
No,
No,
you're
no.
going to Dallas. You're
Yeah,
the
you
road
have to
team.
do something.
So it's a white jersey. Here's what I want. My ultimate. You remember
I
old
think I
Dallas
know.
Stars jersey with like the star logo
yeah,
at the bottom of
you
it?
sent me a picture. Of that.
I want that jersey
That'd
on
be
Dallas,
sick.
and I want the original white Preds jersey with the silver shoulders
That'd be sick in an Adidas
Yeah.
form.
in an
Yeah,
Adidas
yeah.
form.
That'd be cool.
I like that.
I think it would be. Of course, what else could you do if you
I mean,
were
why
a
do I
Preds?
feel like the friggin' Dallas Stars are going to be the Minnesota North Stars for a day?
Honestly,
That could be.
that would be sick.
Yeah.
Because the North Stars, why? Okay, would fans like that, or like would Minnesota Wild fans be frustrated by that?
I don't know.
Because it's sort of their city.
I mean, it is.
Like, I wonder if Hartford people were like ticked when the
When-
Carolina Hurricanes wore the Hartford Whalers stuff.
Probably not.
Which, why didn't the Hurricane just keep the Whalers name?
Carolina Whalers? What? Because
Why-
they're Hurricanes. They get hit. Well, no,
They-
they don't. But,
Did you say they don't get hit?
well, I mean, they do.
They
but-
just got hit by a huge hurricane.
Well, that's kind of depressing. But, I mean, you know, I don't know if the Whalers name would go well. There's not many whales right there beside Carolina.
Anyway, I'm excited to see what it's gonna be. It'll be fun.
I think, and they also mentioned that we might have another one. So, like, what is your dream alternate jersey? So, Winter Classic aside, what's your dream? Personally, I think I could see Nashville not doing a traditional Nashville jersey, and I could see us going and like making like a jersey that's white that looks older than we existed.
Well,
Like building a
that's gonna be
jersey
very
from the
hard to
50s.
do. I mean, it's not very hard. I mean, obviously, you add some form of lace.
if I was in charge of designing the jersey, I would be lost.
I
Like,
want a new logo.
in my mind,
kind
a
of-
new logo would kind of
what
be
logo
cool.
would you want?
But also, I want a black
I
jersey
think-
so bad.
Oh,
You know
like-
how nice it would be if they could,
I love
if they
black.
could pull the 3D logo from the mustard jersey.
That's what I want.
Yeah,
I want
that
the
would be
3D
cool.
logo, which a lot of people say that's the worst logo ever.
How?
But
It's
I
awesome.
love it.
And then have the shoulder patches, the old Bridgestone with the little
That's what I want.
That'd be-
that little
Antenna?
Can we?
Yeah.
I want orange, silver, and blue back in a jersey.
Not primary, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I think so.
Not primary.
No, you
Not
have-
like not primary orange.
No,
but like,
I'm saying that's not primary. I know what you're saying. I'm saying primary as in home jersey for the rest of the years to come.
no. Okay,
All right.
You're right. But yes, I'm excited to see.
It'll be fun.
What's going to
Whatever
go
it
down
looks
there.
like, I'm gonna have one. So
Yes. Now Heath,
Yeah.
your birthday. Speaking of jerseys, your birthday. Which some people would get a jersey for their birthday. Cole's currently wearing an Arizona Coyotes.
I'm wearing my
shirt.
birthday present.
Cole's wearing a Coyotes jersey right now. It's a beautiful
I
red
love
color.
this jersey.
Trash.
You
Not
have
really.
a Coyotes jersey.
Shh, it's at the house.
Yeah. You're gonna wear it Tuesday to the game.
I'm
I will.
excited for that to see that. But your birthday is in a few days.
It's on Sunday.
Mine is next week.
Oh yeah.
He
If you could have one jersey in the NHL, who would it be?
Oh man, that's hard.
one jersey.
One
yeah,
jersey?
you both. You're both of these guys, Ben and Heath. Both of their birthdays are within the next week. What would be your jersey of choice? You could have one player, one team.
Man, that's
It's
hard.
yeah.
Ben, you can go first. I gotta
Oh
think.
man. See,
Uh,
a lot of me would really want a Sebastian Aho Whalers jersey.
Oh my gosh.
I really would enjoy because the Whalers jersey. Oh, that would just be. I don't know.
I'm thinking for me, I think I'd have to go with a. I like that new Flyers Stadium Series jersey they came out with. the
I
other
haven't
day.
even-
It's all orange, right? Kind of like their home jersey. But
You need a gritty Flyers jersey.
yes, a gritty Flyers jersey. That would match me so well.
That would be hilarious.
That would be funny. That is. I would love to have a jersey from every single.
That'd be cool.
See, I bought that LA Kings jersey, and I very much I was gonna sell it. I bought it for $30 at Ross. I think I'm just gonna keep it.
You should put Jake Muzzin on the back of it.
That or I want a new.
Depreciation.
I want a new Thornton jersey.
Oh, Joe Thornton.
I want
Jumbo Joe.
I want a Winnipeg third jersey.
Oh, those are so pretty.
They're beautiful. It's a beautiful.
Those
jersey.
are such a pretty blue.
Cole actually wants a Minnesota Wild #2 Anthony Bitetto.
Yeah, that is also going on my Christmas list.
This is the saddest thing.
I almost wore my Bitetto jersey because if you haven't heard the news, the Preds put Anthony Bitetto on waivers and was picked up recently by the Minnesota Wild over the All-Star break.
How do you guys... I know, Cole, you're a huge fan. You got a Bitetto jersey for Christmas. How do you guys feel about this?
I'm
It's
devastated.
so depressing. I mean, I get it. I mean, it's a good thing. I think he's going to play a lot more in Minnesota.
I hope he does. That's my one wish is that he plays
the thing
more.
with Bitetto, and which I think we all noticed this in the season, when he got to play a lot more, he was actually a good defenseman.
I think he
was strong in the
belonged on the ice over Matt Irwin.
Oh, yeah.
He played 18 games this year. He only had 3 assists.
Oh,
but
see, that's just not good.
I know, but his defense was good. It was decent, I'll say.
Here's
and
the problem. He
the
didn't
off
really
the
make a
ice,
difference.
man, his personality, he'll be missed in the locker room more than anything else.
I think so.
It's hard to lose somebody like him.
He was on vacation with Joey and...
Ryan Johansson, Ryan Hartman,
Was it Hartman as
I
well?
think so.
Was it Hartman?
and someone else. But
And
it's sad,
just
like
to
getting the
lose
call
him.
that you're leaving your best friends that you've had in Nashville for a while and going to play for another team.
Tony, man, he was just the guy that you wanted to hang out
I know.
with.
When Heath and I were in Toronto a few weeks
was
ago for the
hilarious.
Preds game, I was holding my jersey up against the boards because I wore my Bitetto jersey and he was warming up. And he was giving me a fist bump when he saw my jersey. And he was so excited that he knew someone there had his jersey. And I could have had anyone else on the team for Christmas, but I chose him because he's an awesome dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, the thing is,
we're going to miss him so
Yeah.
much.
yeah, he doesn't play a lot, but I think the cool thing about Bitetto is he doesn't play a lot, and he didn't, obviously.
No.
But he never had the attitude of, I'm not playing, I absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
But he came to the locker room, he came to practice every single day.
He just enjoyed being in Nashville.
I think he worked hard. Like, he
I'm sure he
legitimately
did.
worked hard. He was a Nashville guy. And, like, honestly, this sounds maybe ridiculous to say. I would love to see David Boyle go out. This is the end. I believe his contract ends after this year, right?
Yeah.
Bitetto, yeah.
I would love to see David Boyle go and say, hey, Tony, we want you back in this dressing room. And go try to re-sign him for what they lost him for. The problem is...
If Hamuse did not have another year on his contract, I
Yeah.
think he would. But we're not losing anyone on D.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard to make that happen.
You can't make it
I
happen.
just don't like. I mean, I like Irwin. He's just. I don't think he's as good as Bitetto when Bitetto got to play more.
I just wish that we sort of knew we were going to lose Bitetto to waivers.
We knew this.
Why could we have not gotten a 6th or 7th rounder?
I don't know if you could. Well, I don't know if you could have.
Could
Based
you
off
not?
his numbers, probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, then again,
You don't think?
No,
I mean,
I
he
don't
has
think so.
experience in the NHL.
He does, and he's got a good defense.
I mean, you're
He
a
just
deep player for
doesn't play
Nashville.
enough.
He could be a second line D man for some of these
Okay,
other guys.
I don't know about that.
Okay,
Second.
let's look at some bad defenses. He could be a second, obviously a third liner, but he could be maybe a second liner on some teams.
Like who?
Shoot, he could freaking fill LA right now.
Man, LA's bad.
LA's bad.
Yeah.
He could be Dallas.
Speaking of LA, the trade
Yeah.
of the week,
The-
Jake Muzzin.
One of the biggest moves,
Yeah.
really of the year. I
Leafs,
think when we
Leafs
look
pulled
at
the
it.
trigger with one of the early trades of the year. Jake Muzzin gets traded from LA to Toronto Maple Leafs in exchange for, what was it, 2 of their second round prospects and a first round pick?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I
Yeah.
believe, something like that. But that's a huge addition for the Toronto Maple Leafs because if they were missing anything, which they're not missing a lot, they're a fantastic team, fun to watch. It was definitely defense.
So it looks like the Maple Leafs they had to trade Sean Dursey, Carl Grunstrom, and this year's first round draft pick to get Muzzin.
And you know, a lot of people said that LA got the best of that trade, but Toronto is in it to win now. They've built their team. They've got a lot of young guys on their team. They don't need their first round pick. And I know you can't say that about a lot of teams, but Toronto's playing for now. They're gearing up to win right now.
You know what my problem with this trade is? Is how Toronto fans reacted to it.
I didn't see how they reacted, but
Because Toronto fans right now are sitting here saying that this solves every defensive problem Toronto has. Yeah, it's wrong.
Not in the slightest.
Here's
wrong.
the thing. Jake Muzzin is a solid defenseman.
Yep.
He'd be a bottom 6th guy, and he would be in the bottom pairing on Nashville.
Absolutely.
The thing is,
He only has 4 goals and 17 assists this year.
right.
I mean,
but you also look at. I mean, he's on the LA Kings.
He's on the LA, but like to me, the way Toronto's looking at this is he is one of the best 5 defensemen, or did I say LA? The way Toronto's looking at this is they're like, he's one of the best 10 defensemen in the league. He solves all our problems. He's not even close.
No.
When have you heard of Jake Muzzin? And this is not to bash Jake Muzzin. I like him. He looks like a great guy, and from everything I've seen, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
But when have you heard of Jake Muzzin before this trade?
And they're like $4 million. That's a fantastic contract. I'm like, who is this guy? I had to look him up when they traded him. I was like, everyone's excited about him. I looked him up. I was like, okay, he's got 4 goals, 17 assists. He's a mediocre
He's had a
defensive
few
man.
good seasons, but mediocre seasons. Nothing great.
You're right.
Like here's what I look at. They have Morgan Riley as a top guy.
Very good.
You know what the Leafs needed on defense to be a cup contender? In my opinion, a true cup contender was another top defenseman.
Another Morgan Riley.
What they got was a bottom 4 guy.
They went. That's the issue.
And so like they're trying to solve problems,
But
they're not getting the guy to solve the problem.
no. And they don't. Well, here's the thing. If they want a good defenseman, they have to trade away.
They got to get rid of someone big. But, I mean,
Nylander.
looking...
Yeah. Well, I don't know if somebody wants Nylander right now.
Yeah.
I would.
I don't know if I would.
Nylander's worth taking a risk on.
Is he?
I don't.
How much
I
was
don't
his
know.
contract? 8.
He's
Or 10,
starting
6.
next year. He'll get $6.9 million a year through 2024.
That's not too. I mean, it might be a good risk.
I mean, he's
for
22
somebody.
years old. That's like saying Kevin Fiala's having a bad season, and people are like, "Oh, trade him." People in Toronto are like, "Oh, let's get rid of Willie Nylander because he's not playing that well." We are literally.
But-
William Nylander is our Kevin Fiala, except William Nylander I feel like has way more potential.
William Nylander's a better player, hands
Yeah.
down.
Here's my issue with the Muzzin, right? So Muzzin makes, you said $4 million, correct?
Yep, through next year.
So I know Roman Yossi's going to get re-signed eventually, but he's making $4 million. Ekholm's making 3.7, and Ryan Ellis is currently making 2.5 until next year, which he'll bump up to 6.2.
Yeah.
He's not worth $4 million. So
The person in the apartment above is like stomping around right
this
now.
happens
I
all
think
the
they're.
time.
I think they're doing aerobics.
No, this
honestly.
happens all the time. It's highly annoying. I take my hockey stick and slam it on the roof, and it's really annoying.
I need to go kick their teeth in or something. Anyway,
That's ridiculous.
yeah.
We need to get a studio. Just kidding. No.
Studio coming soon, folks.
Yeah. But I really don't think Jake Muzzin is solving any problems.
Did it hurt them? Absolutely not.
No,
he
I
is
think it's
making
gonna
their
help.
defense better.
Oh, he is.
He is
Right,
making
but-
a mediocre decor a little less mediocre, but nowhere near elite.
And here's the thing: when you look at their defensive core, you have Morgan Riley, one of the best defensemen in the game. He's
Yep.
making $5 million through 21-22.
Steal.
That's amazing. You have Nikita Zaitsev, trash, making 4.5 through 23-24. You have Jake Gardner, who isn't honestly that bad, but they hate him up there.
They do.
Then you have
For no
Ron
reason.
Hainsey, who's a 37-year-old dinosaur.
He's an old fart.
Travis Dermott.
And that rounds out their top 6 when you add Jake Muzzin.
Oh, it's just not good.
No, it's not.
It's
No,
and,
it's
and
really
they
not.
only have 3 right D on the team.
Yep.
And I know that's all you need, but your other one is Igor
Justin.
Ojiganov.
Igor.
Oh, well.
He's only got. They're really in an interesting situation.
They're
Now,
just not in a good spot right now.
They're built to win now, though, and they're a good team still. So you look
Their
at
forwards are so good, and Freddie Anderson is so good. They better be able to
and
play a
they
little bit. Of
made
defense.
they made their defense a fraction better. We'll see if it makes a big difference. I mean, we haven't even seen them play a few games since Jake Muzzin's been on here. So enough about the Leafs. They got another addition. We're happy for them. Their defense is a little less mediocre.
The thing is, they're not gonna. I don't think this
They're
is
not.
the trade that puts them over the top.
no, this
definitely
isn't a
not.
we're gonna win the cup trade. Not at all.
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
I think they lose to Boston in the playoffs anyway.
A team who has a shot at it this year, that may not have a shot next year, and we're about to talk about why, are the Winnipeg Jets. Why are the Winnipeg Jets?
Because they have no cap room.
They have to re-sign. I think
They
12?
have. Listen to this list of they have to re-sign. Brandon Tanev, Andrew Kopp, Patrick Laine, Kyle Connor, Nicholas
Jack!
Patton.
He
Yeah.
does not have to be re-signed
he doesn't
yet.
have to be
No,
re-signed.
Jack
I was just
doesn't have
reading
to
down
be
the
re-signed.
list.
Jacob Trouba,
Jack
Tyler
lost his pick, by the
Myers,
way.
Ben Chariot, and Joe Morrow all have to be re-signed. That's like, I just listed 8 players that have to be re-signed by the Winnipeg Jets. And
10, 11 if you count.
11? I didn't
if
even
you
list all of them.
count goaltenders.
Here's
But I
the
mean,
issue.
Patrick Laine, Kyle Connor, you're re-signing big names.
How much are you going to pay these guys? They've got
Their projected cap space is 5.6.
Okay,
no way.
so what your thing is though is you have projected cap space of 5.6, but you also have Jacob Trouba and Tyler Myers. Both are making 5.5.
Right.
They're gonna come off the books.
They're gonna have to do some dealing with these players to have a chance at keeping this team.
Tyler Myers will not be.
I think he
Winnipeg.
gets traded.
Or
I don't
maybe
know
not
if they
traded,
trade
or-
him,
because they're going
gonna
for the
need,
cup
They're
this
going
year.
to need him
Yeah.
for this playoff.
Oh, no. I mean after this year.
He's gone. He's an
He'll be
unrestricted free agent. He's
He
walking.
can walk.
Yeah.
If he wants, unless they can match it. But if they matched a $5 million free agency contract for somebody else,
For Trouba or Myers? They don't have to match
well,
Myers. Can go
they don't.
anywhere.
No, that's what I'm saying. But even if they tried to,
They can't do it.
no, they can't.
Because
That'd be one
here's
player.
why. Patrick Laine is at $925,000 now. He's gonna need a bunch. What is Patrick Laine's number?
7.5.
7.5?
You think more?
I think he's like 8,
8 or 9?
Maybe 9. Here, here's what I would do. So so you
He
have
takes
Laine.
a team player contract like Ryan Ellis.
He's not going to.
No.
He's in
No.
Winnipeg.
Here's the other. You could do
Not-
some form of
he's
deal
ugly,
where
too.
you start him out at like 2, and then it builds up to like 7.
Yeah.
He won't do it.
The kid's 20 years old. Imagine walking into an office with an agent at 20 years old and be like, "Yeah, I want $8 million a year." Can you imagine?
I can't imagine it. Here's the thing: Patrick Laine is one of those guys who deserves $8 or $9 million
yeah.
because he is a guy who is going to be a difference maker in a game. He's a restricted free agent because he's coming off his entry level deal. Honestly, and this, you guys went to Winnipeg for the playoffs last year.
Yep.
Correct.
What was the city of Winnipeg like?
Very
Desolate.
Desolate. No, there was a guy in the restaurant we ate at,
Yeah.
the Keg, and he goes, "If there's no hockey going on, there's absolutely nothing in Winnipeg."
Which we saw when we walked around the day of
I
the
don't
game.
think we saw one person.
Before like the
Whiteout
plaza party
thing?
whiteout outside. We saw like 3 people. Like we went to a bar and ate lunch, and we were the only people in the bar besides the bartender.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
That's super weird. And
It was crazy.
And it's super cold there too. So like if I'm Patrick Laine right now and I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, in reality, next year Blake Wheeler's making 8.25.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm a good player.
I deserve more.
I deserve more. Blake Wheeler's good,
he's
but
older.
I want to be one of the best players on this team. Blake Wheeler is 32, but besides the point, and I'm Patrick Laine right now, I'm saying I need money to stay here. And it's money I don't know if Winnipeg can give him.
That's what I'm saying. You
No,
don't
you
think
can't.
they're going to let him walk, but man, they would have to off-haul a few players, like a
They're
few
gonna
big
have to
names.
give-
They're gonna have to
They
dump
have
people.
to.
Here, you know what I would do?
Brian Little.
Laine is a solid player.
Right.
Solid player. Restricted free agent. I look at a team like Carolina. $16 million in cap
Carolina
space.
can get him.
They need scoring. They are about to have to re-sign Sebastian Aho, which they'll do. He's on his entry level deal right now.
They'll still have room to play.
They'll still have room. Imagine you go to Winnipeg, you offer sheet Laine $8.5 million. Winnipeg can't match it.
No.
Laine suddenly is a Carolina Hurricane.
That puts Carolina Hurricanes in a playoff picture, I think.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, they're already on
Aho feeds over to Laine and Laine buries it. Imagine this line: Sebastian Aho, Teuvo Teravainen, and Patrick Laine.
It's a good line.
Patrick Laine.
That's a really,
immediately
really good
becomes
line.
one of the best lines in hockey.
Yeah, and that I don't know if Winnipeg can do. I think this is their last year. unless they
Yeah.
can get rid of some people, which
Yeah.
They're not going. They can't.
they
get
have
that,
to make a playoff.
That Hellebuck deal is looking worse and worse.
Yeah, because
I
Hellebuck is
agree.
having a bad. Oh, I thought it said $16 million.
No.
Oh,
This is
man.
not Carey Price.
No.
No, the thing about Hellebuck, he's too. Well, he'll have a really good year, then he'll have a really bad year. Then I won't say bad, but average, and then good, and then average. He's got to be consistently good if he wants to make $6.1 million a year, which is way too much money. And they also need to re-sign their backup goalie, Laurent Brossoit.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't even know who that guy was.
$650,000. He's
Hey.
he's the same age as Connor Hellebuck, but he has to be re-signed as well. So they're looking at a tight situation coming in here with way too many people to sign with that worth way too much money.
Yeah. We'll see.
The Jets are going. It's going to be interesting to see where the Jets go.
I'm just
here.
trying to get through the Jets in playoffs, and then we'll
Do you
talk.
think is that
If we get the right, if David
this
Boyle
year
gets
is the
me,
last year that they're a problem? Is
Yeah.
that what we're saying?
I think so.
Because they're about to not have.
And the Preds aren't losing any.
Can the Jets stay good?
They can stay good. I
They
don't
can-
think they can stay.
They can't stay top of the
No,
Central.
they can't
No.
stay top of the Central. Then again, the Central's kind of halfway bad.
Yeah,
but
the Central's kind of mediocre at
but-
the moment.
the thing is, the Winnipeg Jets, what they're going to have to rely on.
We say that as this 2 wild cards. 5 of the 8 Western teams are Central teams.
Right. But the thing is, the Winnipeg Jets, if they want to still be in a playoff, I wouldn't even say they'd be contenders next year, but a pretty good playoff team, they're going to have to heavily rely on Connor Hellebuck.
Heavily.
Heavily. Like what Nashville did and throughout until Peter Laviolette came here.
That's what
Yeah.
Basically.
Adam Wilde on the Steve Dingle podcast was talking about goaltending, and he was like, if the Anaheim Ducks make it to playoffs, give John Gibson the
They
best man
have
and
to.
don't turn around.
Because
Yeah,
Gibson's
because-
the only reason why they would
Yeah,
win.
he is the only reason that they are 1
People
point out
can
of a playoff spot.
I don't know how their differential is minus 33.
I know they are so bad, but John Gibson is keeping
John
that
Gibson's
team
the
floating.
only reason why, and you can say he is not having a good year, and people can say he had a horrible All-Star game, but guess what? The only reason why they are not at the bottom is because of John Gibson.
Yeah, John Gibson.
I mean,
is
he
the
is a
MVP of
very
that team.
good
Could John
goaltender.
Gibson legitimately be up for the Hart
I wouldn't go that far.
if they make playoffs
Possibly. If they make playoffs, he wins the Vezina. No question.
and Hart?
Could be.
Maybe.
I think you have to give him.
You know who else is one win away from a playoff spot? My Coyotes.
They are.
They are. But, I'm changing my views. They are so injury, destroyed right now. I really don't know if that team's going to hold on and make playoffs. And I say that while I'm wearing my Arizona Coyotes.
And they're
jersey.
6-2-2 in their last 10.
They
with
are.
a
They've
lot of
been hot,
injuries.
man. They just, swept the Canadian teams on that last road trip.
Yeah, that was epic.
Like-
no, they lost to
Did they lose
lost-
to Ottawa? Or no.
Montreal.
Montreal. They lost 2-1 to Montreal.
Yeah.
And they got kind of gypped out of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But man,
Impressing.
they slapped Toronto. They slapped Ottawa. They're not a bad team. It's just I don't know if they can keep up.
They kind of had a slow start, so that's not.
But anyway.
Yeah. I wanted to do this show because we haven't really done this yet. We realized that for you passionate fans out there who have been avidly listening to the Hattie podcast, you might know us, but you also might have no idea who we are. If you're this far in, we hope you keep listening. We'll make this brief, but we just kind of wanted to talk about ourselves a little bit.
If you don't like us, this is only going to be 4 minutes, so
Max.
we're sorry.
Yeah. So who I am is my name is Ben McGreevy. You know that, I'm sure. I just graduated Tennessee Tech with a degree in marketing, but now I'm working at Southgate Church of Christ in Columbia, Tennessee, which I'm working with teenagers, which is epic. And it's been really good so far. I'm getting married in April to a redhead, and I am also a redhead. And your mind just thought, okay, he might have ginger children one day.
Heath and I are both in that wedding.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they are in the wedding.
Yep.
And it's going to be epic.
It's going to be fun.
We're going to have a good time with it. It could be on a Preds playoff day. And if it is,
We're going to the game.
We're skipping the wedding and going to the game.
He's having an early wedding just in case.
yes, it's a 2 o'clock wedding. That's the reason we chose 2 o'clock. It had nothing to do with the lack of having to feed people dinner.
Hey, Heath, why don't you tell us a fun fact about yourself since no one knows you?
Okay. I'm a pilot.
Whoa, a pilot.
Explain yourself.
I'm a flight instructor.
Where at?
Middle Tennessee State University.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
You teach me how to fly an airplane?
Sure.
Have y'all met before? Because
Yeah.
it sounds,
I know,
it
right?
sounds
Like we've never met, but
No.
you know,
Never.
this is interesting. But fun fact about Cole and I: the fun picture that came around last May in Winnipeg is he and I.
National news. If you saw the picture in playoffs last year of the two random Preds fans in the middle of all the Winnipeg whiteout, that was me and Heath. So it went around NBC, Twitter, and
As I have a
everything else.
Winnipeg Jets jersey sitting
Yeah.
on the chair I'm sitting in.
We got a lot of jerseys of other teams going around right here. There's a Soros jersey.
Hey, we got a
over
Panthers
there.
jersey in the
Yeah,
closet.
there's a Panthers jersey in the closet. We're just full of it right now.
There. Now, man in the Arizona jersey, what's your name and
Yeah.
what do you do?
Cole Porter. First to introduce you to episode 3. Last to introduce myself right now.
What a cheesy.
Loser.
I know, right? I love that. I'm a senior at Tennessee Tech. I graduated in May. Also a marketing major like Mr. McGreevy was.
We took a lot of classes together
We did.
and read hockey articles the entire time we were in class.
I prepared for this podcast today in a class. So, yeah, still doing it by myself, though.
Professor.
But he's Turkish. He won't care. But,
Called him out.
yeah, I did.
Hey, I'm graduating
Cole, are
too.
you dating anyone?
So y'all don't think I'm.
I am. I have a girlfriend. We're not as far along as Ben and his fiance yet. But we'll
How long
see.
have y'all been dating?
Like 7 months or 8 months or something like that.
8 months.
Yeah.
That's a pretty
We're getting
long.
there.
I'm just saying that at around 8 months into my relationship, I was looking at rings.
Really?
Not like
Fascinating.
at the store, but like
Online. Doing some
Online.
online shopping. Yeah, I
Well,
get that.
Do y'all want to know about my love life? Since you're on that topic too.
You
apparently?
bought some cookies tonight.
I bought
you
some
love
cookies.
those.
I love cookies.
bought some cookies.
And I love airplanes. And that's
Yeah.
about it.
Hey,
But yeah, I'm a
That's-
marketing major. I'm not working yet like Ben full time. I'm not snapping necks and cashing checks yet, but we're hoping to get there by May.
What?
what a phrase!
Y'all
What a-
haven't heard that?
No.
Y'all haven't seen Step Brothers? Wow.
Yeah, I have. I just don't remember that.
I have not actually.
Man, Will
seen
Ferrell
Step Brothers.
gets in there on the that job interview when he's trying to.
Oh,
he's like,
yeah.
I'm ready to snap checks, cash necks, or whatever. Now I can't even say it. I'm ready to snap necks and cash checks. Anyway. If you've
Another
seen Step
thing that
Brothers,
we
yeah.
enjoy doing is a lot of times we go to the hockey rink and we just like play stick time,
Play stick
pickup.
time, beat people up.
Cole's pretty fresh to it. He's 2 years in, but
Yep.
Heath and I played in high school. I was a very bad defenseman. Heath was a pretty solid goaltender.
If you get me around any of those like 12-year-olds on skates at stick time, though, I'll dangle all over them.
False.
Hey, I get them past you.
I
see,
mean,
we talk trash.
I had no peg.
Here's the thing, though, is that if we were to, the three of us, put together an all-star team, could we have competed at the all-star weekend?
Heck no. No,
if,
we would have died.
If we were competing against non-all-stars of... Oh, man. I don't even
If we were
know.
playing against the all-stars of the 5-year-olds. No,
If-
I bet we could keep up with 10-year-olds. 12-year-olds. We could be 12
I mean, okay, look. I could probably keep up with at least, well, in the shape I'm in right now of airplane flying, maybe 16-year-old. Maybe.
You know what I
not in
think
bad shape
if you
anymore.
gave me a line of Salamaki, Gaudreau, Tolvanen, I
You would get
I
absolutely wrecked.
I would rail them. Just saying. And if you're
Okay,
listening, if those three players on the Nashville Predators are listening right now, just know I'm headhunting. So
I mean, if I was in the shape I was back when I used to play travel hockey all the time, maybe.
How do you guys think you would have done in the skill competition?
horrible.
Well,
Real
no,
talk.
I can't get that puck off the ground to get it in that little circle thing on the stick
On the-
handling or whatever.
Wait, are you
Which
talking?
He's talking about the one where
The
you
target shooting?
No, the passing where you have to like. I think
The
it's-
puck control.
Yeah,
the puck control. Oh, that would be
Johnny Gaudreau actually like killed it for the second year in a row.
Yeah, I think it was like 27 seconds or something.
27.045.
Johnny Gaudreau was amazing.
Yeah.
He has to practice that.
I can't get that. I'd be the one like I saw some players do it last year in the skills in the puck control where they literally picked up the puck with their hand, put it on their stick, and threw it through. That would be me.
That was embarrassing for the nature. What did you guys think of the All-Star Skills competition in general this year?
I liked getting to see a female do it. Kendall Coyne posted a 14.346 seconds.
I'm not gonna lie. When she started that,
She was so fast.
well,
She
when
took off like a rocket.
when she was going, I looked at my fiance and I was like, this will show like how fast the NHL players are because like I didn't expect it. And then she started going and I was
took
like,
off.
oh my goodness, that's
and then
amazing.
she beat Clayton Keller.
I was sitting there watching. I was like, okay, this is
Who you thought was the best Pacific All-Star?
He is the best. He scored on
Loser.
Pekka.
loser.
He did. He
No,
scored on
I was
Pekka
sitting
Rinne.
there on
Former
on
Vesna
this
winner.
on this nice couch behind me, and I watch her take off. Wow, I mean,
It was
she was
amazing.
moving.
I can only dream of skating as fast as she. And like the reaction from the players was priceless.
I can't cross my skates over on turns, so I'd be screwed. I make squares.
That's epic.
Okay.
What do you guys think though of the whole competition in general? Like if you were to say skills competition 2019, wow, it's 2019. What would you guys think about it?
I mean, I think it's fine. I think they should maybe change something, get fans a little bit more into it.
I love the skills competition, but I'm not gonna lie, this year was so boring.
I was
agree.
bored when we got to me and my girlfriend were watching it. When we got to the Save Street competition, even like she was clocked out before. She was looking on Pinterest, but man, I was so tired of just watching 8 or whatever it was goalies get in the goal and just take one-on-ones. Like I was so
I
tired.
think the problem is if you're gonna do a skills competition, you either need to give players the opportunity to be creative, or you need to do something that's like very fast and exciting. The problem with like the passing contest and the save thing is like there's
It's kind of it's too repetitive.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
too repetitive. And like it would be cooler like they used to do it and it was actually really entertaining. They used to do that breakaway competition.
Yeah.
Do you,
Yeah.
The last year they did it was in Nashville, and do you
Yeah.
remember like PK dressed up as Yager and like
You remember the guitar that Pekka used?
yeah, Pekka used
On
the
the stick?
guitar. Like the year before that, it was in Columbus, and like Ryan Johansson took off his jersey and was wearing an Ohio State
yeah,
jersey.
yeah.
Which was cool when Austin Matthews took his jersey off
For
and
Marlowe.
had
That
Patrick
was cool.
Marlowe's. That was a cool tribute. But yeah, I mean it's boring.
It's not terribly boring, but they
It
need to
wasn't
do
awful.
something to change it.
But yeah, they needed something. The hardest shot this year was,
It was like 102 or 103.
I think it was 101.
Was it
I think
101?
mine at Fort Ice Center was like 106, so that's not impressive.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
I bet I could shoot max 50. Or do you think I'm faster?
Max 50? Like, oh, in the shot?
Miles per hour, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
You think it's right?
I think mine's about 41.
I'm a goalie, so I have no.
Maybe it is faster than 50. Maybe it's 60, but it
Question: Who would win the speed fastest
Me.
skater competition?
Me.
Gritty or Ben? Y'all saw Gritty skate, man.
Me.
Gritty
I think
Gritty
Ben.
can cross over.
Ben, Gritty's not good enough. I hope he's listening.
Gritty can cross over.
Come kill Heath, Gritty. No.
I think
Who would win
Gritty
a
wins.
speed out of the three of us?
Oh, I'd come in
Me.
last.
I would.
Can we do that next time?
Yeah, we can do that.
Sweet, let's do
I
it.
know I would actually.
Okay, what did you guys think of the All-Star game in general? Did you even watch it?
I watched it very lazily at a bar.
I watched it sitting in a restaurant.
Yeah, I was sitting.
Part of it. I watched the rest of it here.
I was sitting with some buddies at a bar and we were watching it, but I was not that tuned into it.
I didn't even bother to turn it on.
I watched it really well. It was pretty good, except for the Central blew up on the Pacific.
I
in the
saw
first
also
game.
they were using the new technology,
That
putting
is
their
really good.
putting
I
their
really
names
like
above and
that.
stuff. I thought it was cool for the All-Star comp, but if I'm watching
No.
the Preds play on just a regular away game on TV, I would not like their names
during the
floating.
game?
I don't
It
think
was during the
it
game.
Was
They
during
were
the
like-
All-Star game, they had the. It almost looks like
Their names floated above their
Yeah.
heads when they skated.
Now the thing with that, I don't think they would do that during the game.
That's why they're testing it, because they
Right.
want to implement it next season. And
They're
the
not
puck-
going to ever do it during the game, though.
The puck even had a trail, like a little gray faded
Yeah, yeah,
trail,
yeah.
so you could keep up with
but
the
the
puck
thing with
better.
the gray faded trail is it lagged behind the puck
Yeah,
too much.
it lagged like a long streak along
Yeah.
the glass boards. You just saw this black streak across the
So
boards.
if you went and looked for the gray, you would track it, but then the puck would be somewhere else.
I
Yeah.
wonder, this is something to think about.
Which they're testing it.
Are
That's
they
why
going
did
to
it.
use it ever, like, in a game as a...
I think it's
like
gonna be
if you were to watch like just a rink and it was just like a picture of a rink on top of it and they were to have like you could see like the player moving around and not have to watch.
I think
the game.
it's more for
It's gonna be for stats.
individual stats.
Yeah,
you
which
can
is
during the game.
gonna
And I think
be-
the
It'll be
good
great.
thing with this sensor and the puck is that if they can get an exact location,
That'll
they can
save.
help. That will help reviews all the time.
Offsides in the net, like that will help a lot.
When you get those
Absolutely.
hard reviews when it's just under the pad, you don't know if it's across the line or not.
Absolutely. Hey, speaking of being across the line, which teams do you want to make the playoffs, and which teams do you want to miss the playoffs that are kind of on the fringe right
I
now?
want Winnipeg to miss the playoffs. Just to like it.
Okay, realistically.
Well,
Cole.
realistically, Winnipeg can't miss the playoffs. at this
Okay.
point.
Let me
They
look at the
could.
standings right
They
now.
could, but they'd have to drop. Like
Goodness
15
gracious,
in a row.
they are.
Let's start in the West. So right now we're in the wild card.
Who
Dallas
do you
and Colorado.
want out of those teams to? Right now, you're looking at Minnesota, Dallas, Colorado. Are your three that are in that could drop out because the Pacific top three are too high.
Yeah.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, realistic. Because I was gonna say Vegas. I don't want Vegas to make playoffs, but that's too unrealistic. They'd have to drop a lot.
They're 10 points up.
Yeah, they're
So you have the three closest to being in. Oh man, St. Louis is a game in hand and is down by 3 points. So in Edmonton,
That's the
also
thing.
is down
So
by
many.
3.
You know,
that's
I-
like Vancouver, Anaheim, Arizona, St. Louis, and Edmonton are all within 3 points of a wild card.
Yeah.
spot.
So who out of those teams do you want in, and do you want like?
I
So
want Arizona and Dallas in.
You
the
can knock out
two
3
wild cards.
teams right now if one of the, like if you make sure you fill a central spot.
Okay, go Cole.
So you can keep those 3. Who are your teams that you want in?
So I get 2 Central and 1 Pacific.
One Central.
You get 1 central and then 2 wild cards.
Right. So
I
you drop
want-
a wild card.
I want Dallas to bump up to that 3rd spot in the Central. That would bring Minnesota down to wild card, and I'd like Minnesota, and I got to pick a Pacific, correct?
No, you can pick whatever. in
Okay,
the
I
wild
want
card.
Minnesota and Arizona.
All right, so
As your last 2 wild cards.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
I'd like to see Edmonton get in because Edmonton in playoffs is fun, but I don't know.
I don't think Edmonton can make
They're
it.
not. I don't think they're gonna make it either.
I think the Central at the moment where the wild card is, I think the Central stays where it's at.
Really?
Dallas, I think should stay where they're at. I think Colorado should drop. I think Colorado should drop out. And for some reason,
Avoid
I think
McKinnon at all
I
costs.
think St. Louis
Yeah,
is
that'd
going to
be
make
nice.
it.
No!
Yes.
No!
Somehow
No.
they're going to make
No.
this.
St. Louis is a selling team, and they're
They're-
not gonna make
no,
playoffs. They're about to sell before the trade
Hey,
deadline.
you think
Oilers have lost 3 in a row. They're not
they're
making it.
not making it?
But, okay, here's for me. I would love to see, I would kind of enjoy a playoff series versus Minnesota. Also because you get to play against Boudreaux and he chokes. But I would love to play Minnesota first round or play Minnesota eventually. I would love for Minnesota to stay in that spot. I think it would be really cool to have Vancouver and Arizona.
It'd be really cool, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't even care if it's realistic. I just think it would be awesome. Who from the East? I would love to see Dallas and Colorado drop out just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
In the East, who do you want to see make it? Realistically,
Who do I want to see make it? I would really like to see Carolina make it.
I would love to see Carolina squeak in. Realistically, in the East, you only have Carolina, Buffalo, Columbus, Boston,
That's it. 'cause the other
Montreal,
ones are too far behind.
Toronto. Wow, this is such a closer race.
I know.
Yeah, except for the bottom.
Well, like if
6.
you're in the playoffs, you're in the playoffs
Right.
essentially.
Because, I mean, you look at the Rangers, they're 10 points out in below.
Yeah.
Columbus is out, by the way. They're gonna drop out. They need to
think
sell
so?
hard.
Yeah, they're gonna sell
They need
hard.
to
With
sell
this
hard.
issue with Panarin,
Or I was listening to this on another podcast. Do they not sell and just trade for that one piece that can make them a contender? Because I did hear a good argument earlier on
I think
another
so.
podcast. Like they don't have to sell. Like if they want to make the playoffs and make a run, they got the pieces.
here's the
And
thing:
then
you
you
can trade away.
flop.
Here's the thing:
Oh, yeah.
Because you're losing
Right.
Panarin and Bobrovsky.
Because you can't. Yeah.
you could.
But they could go in this year and they could contend if they wanted to.
You could trade
Or
away.
you sell. That's a
think if
Columbus
I'm them-
decision.
if
You
I'm
know
them,
where
I
they
trade
are
away
right now?
Panarin.
They're playing Tampa first round.
They're going to get absolutely wrecked.
Yeah, I just trade.
Now, here's the thing: I would trade away Panarin.
I would too.
To Nashville.
To
eh?
Nashville.
I don't know if I want him.
What?
Are you kidding me?
Are you dumb?
Are you
I'm
drunk?
not dumb. I'm exhausted.
You're tired.
You are tired.
What?
He's-
What on earth?
This man's been up since 4:30.
Why?
He doesn't know what
Okay.
he's talking about.
let's go in. Actually, a couple fans. I say fans. Look, you guys are fans of the show. People asked us on Twitter questions. Which, if you want to do that, tweet at us. Use the hashtag Hattie Podcast, and we'll get to your Twitter questions. Hopefully, we had a couple questions. We had somebody said, Josh Kirby said, excluding Simmons, who should the Preds target? Hoffman, Boyle, Palmieri, Mark Stone, or a wild card? And then another person said, Tom Wallace said, what do you think what moves do you think the Preds make at the deadline? Is Kevin Fiala a part of the Preds' future? What do you guys see at the Preds deadline? And do you see anything happening? And is Panarin a part of the future here? Or is Fiala a part of the future here?
Fiala
I think
is
Fiala
a part of the future.
Is definitely a part.
And the reason I say this is because he's 22 and he's going to grow. And he's going to be better. He had a great year last year. You have seen his potential. And that's not even the best he can be.
Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can trade away somebody that young yet.
And when we're talking trades, I'll go ahead and pull up.
The thing that will really bite the Predators is if Kevin Fiala wants a ridiculous amount of money, which I think he will.
He will.
And they don't want to re-sign him for that, and he goes.
They need to already be talking contract with Fiala.
Yeah, because that's going to be a big move at the trade deadline.
Because if he walks and goes somewhere else, they needed to be able to get somebody in return.
But if he's smart and stays in Nashville and takes his $2 million or $3 million or whatever, I wouldn't mind keeping him. I really wouldn't mind keeping him.
I think you try to. You go to Fiala right now and say sign now or get traded.
If I'm the Preds and I'm trading at trade deadline, if I have to give up someone on the team, we're not losing a superstar. We are built for making a cup run. I would give up Eeli Tolvanen. A lot of people are like, well, we're going to bring him down for playoffs. I think you trade Eeli Tolvanen.
I think you can.
He's shown this year that he has played fantastic hockey. He had a dominant game against Chicago at home. You know the kid's good. He's going to be a superstar. Other teams know it. So why don't you trade Eeli Tolvanen?
Now, here's the thing about trading.
For Panarin?
Here's the thing with Panarin. He's not big. And the Preds are needing a big physical body. He's 5'11". I just looked it up. And like 185 pounds.
You do need
He's
somebody.
my
That's
size.
the issue with the Predators. They don't have a lot of.
And now we're losing Austin Watson to the stage 2 of the drug and alcohol abuse program.
Which we're not going to touch on that in this show.
No.
We hope he can recover.
Our best thoughts and prayers are with him and his girlfriend and their kid. I mean, you hope the best for him, but that's all we're going to say about that.
Yeah.
But as far as losing a player like Austin Watson, you got to have a hard hitter.
Because he was about the only physicality this team has besides Ryan Hartman.
And I pulled some names when I was looking at who we could possibly get that's big. Mark Stone, Brian Boyle, Wayne Simmons, Ricard Raquel, and David Perron are all over 6 feet tall and all over 200 pounds except Wayne Simmons. But Wayne Simmons is a hard hitter, and you know he can score.
Yeah.
And I like Wayne Simmons. But
You know,
Ricard Raquel does not have a bad contract. He would have more goals. He has 8 goals and 16 assists this year, and you know that would be better if he played for a better team. But he's 6'1", 202. He's a decent-sized dude.
I love the idea of Brian Boyle.
I think Brian Boyle is really...
Six. Brian Boyle, if you don't know Brian Boyle,
really
he plays
good.
for the New Jersey Devils. He's older. He's 30.
He's
34.
34?
He is a $2.55 million cap
But
hit.
the good thing about Brian, he brings veteran leadership.
You
to this
put
hockey
a
team.
veteran leadership, which you need. We already have talked
He's
about that.
6'6", 245
You toss
pounds.
him on the fourth
He's a
line
massive
as a
center.
beast fourth line center.
He's got 13 goals this season.
You need traffic in front of the net. Throw him in front of the net.
And he's got the goals and assists. He's got 13 goals and 5 assists this season.
How are they using him this year?
Wasn't he an All-Star last year?
Yeah.
Yes, he
Yeah.
was.
Because it's funny, you look at who goes in front of the net for Nashville right now, and it's one of the shortest dudes on the team.
With Arby.
Arvidsson.
Yes, Josh, you talked about Brian Boyle, and you are right. Brian Boyle's the answer.
Yeah.
Panarin would be awesome too, but he's going to be expensive.
They have to find somebody.
Can
that
we get
in
Scott
front of
Hartnell
the net.
off of retirement?
Full of Mike Fisher.
That was a good thing about Scott Hartnell. He
I
got in
know.
front of the net.
He was gritty and he got in front of the net. He wasn't afraid to take a hit.
watch your gritty jokes.
If you make one more gritty comment, Ben,
Stop
I'm gonna
insulting
come across this table.
using his name in blasphemy. But no, I love the idea of Brian Boyle, and he is a good guy.
He is. He's a really, really good guy. He's a good family, too.
Another question we had come in is fix the power play. I need your input on how. Thank you, Garrett Bell, for that question.
Good Pasture grad.
Yeah. Alumni.
We all graduated Good Pasture as well.
So
Fixing the power play. That is a hard thing. Well, the thing that the power play needs is somebody in front of the net. You look at it every night when this power play comes on.
You think it's a guy in front of the net?
They need traffic in front of the net.
So
they
go
have
back
to
to
find
Brian
traffic.
Boyle.
Yes.
So I read an article in The Athletic by Adam Vingen.
Hey, Adam, shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to you, Adam. Yeah, we love your work. He said this is quote, he said one issue is all the injuries that Nashville has faced as a part of the power play, including Forsberg, Arvidsson, Kyle Turris, and PK Subban. Subban led the Preds with 25 power play points last season. Forsberg was next with 21. Turris was fourth with 17. A total of 63 points in the 2017-18 season. This season, because of injuries, Subban has 4 power play points, Forsberg has 6, and Turris has 5 for a total of 15 points this season. So those injuries to those players, and Turris is still out. We think he's going to miss another 1 or 2 games coming off the All-Star break. 15 points this season. That's big when they had 63 last year.
That's
a big
tough
hit.
one. I think the hard part is with this power play is the inconsistent line combinations they've had this entire season.
Yeah, because of the injuries.
But
there's nothing.
You
to get
still need the net for every time they take a shot.
There's no net front
goalie
presence.
can track that puck from forever away.
There's no screenshots. There's
just
hardly
nobody
any
in front
net
of
front
it.
presence at all. And that
the only
is a
person that
problem.
gets in front of the net is a defenseman for the opposing team who gets there by accident.
Callie Arncroke gets in front of the net.
Yeah, but
He's not on
he's
the
not on the power play.
power play.
Imagine your fourth line, because you know that either it'll probably be Callie that slots into Watson's spot.
I think so too.
Probably.
But you still have if you go out and get a guy like Brian Boyle, which I know he suddenly becomes a part of your power play, and your fourth line is Boyle, Hartman,
Hartman, and
Salomaki?
Salomaki maybe?
that's a pretty good line.
Yeah.
And honestly, though, you look at that. Brian Boyle could help with your man. I love that idea.
So you're scratching Grimaldi.
The good thing about Brian Boyle,
You're scratching Rocco.
I don't know if you scratch Rocco over.
Salamaki?
I think you
Oh,
do.
hey,
If
that-
you need the physical
The
play,
Salamaki,
you go
you
with
have to
Salamaki.
play
Yeah,
Salamaki.
'cause Salamaki
Physical
can
play.
hit.
And he also has playoff experience.
You're right.
Yeah.
Salamaki can hit too.
The
He's
thing-
not afraid to
The
get.
good thing about Brian
Yeah.
Boyle, he is a very consistent centerman who can win faceoffs just about every time. Partly because his stick is very, very long. But
Oh, yeah. And then you're going to be able to win faceoffs on power plays. Boyle goes to the front of the net.
yeah,
It's something you wish sort of Bonino would do,
but
he
Benito's
has
not
big.
big enough. And every time they use him, it's normally him and Johansson, and then they pull him off to get
Yeah.
the other.
But regardless, if we make a trade and it's not a big physical presence
This
that
team will
David
not.
Poyle trades for, A, I will be disappointed, and B, I don't see the Preds making it past the Jets.
I think that you either have to go get a big physical presence
Or you have to go find a
Or-
really good goal scorer.
That's
Panarin.
fast.
Yeah.
And he's fast.
But
and he's fast.
I don't
it's
know-
either Panarin or a big physical
I don't
guy.
know if you can get past Winnipeg right now without somebody that is very large.
I think if you add Panarin,
Because
that
Panarin,
puts you
oh my gosh,
way
I was wrong.
Way ahead.
He's 5'11", 168 pounds.
Whoa, where'd you get that 168 number?
I'm on NHL.com.
He's too small. He would get absolutely railed by Dustin Bufflin.
168.
Or Patrick
Give me a
Laine, for that
second.
matter. Patrick Laine's big.
Can we put him on a scale again? Because if he's 168 and 5'11",
He's not a big dude. Look at him.
He's
look at his,
twiggy.
look at his baby face.
You're right, dude. He's got a skinny face. He might be 168.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want him. I mean, yes, if
He would be
I'm
great.
telling you,
if
he would
was
be
slotted,
our goal scorer.
If he was slotted as a goal, yeah, but we need
guys,
a big boy.
Guys, your second line would be Turris,
Smith.
Panarin, and Smith because you're losing Fiala in a trade for Panarin. And honestly, you'd rather have
I think
Artemi
I would rather-
Panarin
I'd rather
than
have
Fiala.
rather do
Panarin,
that.
but
And you
then-
trade Fiala for him.
and then you trade Tolvanen for Boyle, and then you get both. Holy crap!
That's actually not a bad idea.
I don't think you could do it.
I
I
don't
think
think
you
you
could. Cap room wise, I think you
But
could.
I don't think
we
cap
have
room wise
I
you
don't think
could, but
Poyle-
you don't go for Panarin unless you get him
No.
longer term.
Yeah.
You're right.
I don't think Poyle could
Panarin's a franchise player.
trade Ellie Tolvin for Boyle.
Wherever Panarin goes, he's a franchise player.
You
The
can't
thing
I don't.
is-
long
Tolvanen
term,
for Boyle.
it will hurt the Preds to sign Panarin.
The thing is, Boyle has
To
to be.
sign him? If you dump Fiala off this roster,
You're losing $6 million most likely, for
Yeah.
cap space.
That's why
I'm saying
saying.
you're gaining, I guess you're gaining.
Yeah, and then your Panarin's probably going to be at least 8.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
tough.
he's making 6 right now.
That's tough. Yeah, that's a good point. So, how to fix the power play? Consistency. Man, that we got way off. Consistency and net front presence. All right, we'll go ahead. Elijah Anderson had a question about Fabro. I think he is in for the long haul.
I don't think he'll be here this season.
He won't be here this season. I think you see him next year.
He's not going to go to another team. Don't worry about it.
He won't.
Daryl Corlew, I hope I said your name right, asked about Raquel at Anaheim. I not to Nashville. I don't think so. And I think if Anaheim truly drops out of a playoff spot,
He could be gone.
they would.
They have to.
I think you
And
have.
I think
to
you would
trade
see a
him.
coach firing there.
Yeah, I think you absolutely see that as well.
He's got 8 goals, 16 assists this year.
Reed Sears asked for our favorite colors. Mine is green and sometimes blue. Heath, what is yours?
Mine's orange.
Go Vols and Cole.
Orange, go Vols.
Normally mine would be orange as well.
But this coyote maroon color is really growing
it is
on me.
really pretty.
Not that Alabama crimson crap, but this nice Arizona maroon that I'm going to be wearing on Tuesday to the game that's growing on me.
All right. We're going to end on this. Cream of the Crop 20 asked, who is your greatest Nashville's Predators player from the past, the present, or the future? Who is it? Who do you guys think is the greatest Pred of all time?
Anthony Potato.
Potato!
My favorite or the best?
Dwell on the best. Who is
Yeah,
your
do the
favorite of all
best.
time?
I like Morton Erat.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
That's bad.
I like
Really?
him.
Martin Erat. Thank you for Philip Forsberg, Martin Erat.
I know, I hate it. But I mean, I liked him. He played well. I don't know.
Andre Costanza.
He was
No,
fun to
no,
watch.
not really. My favorite growing up, I loved Vokun and I loved Solomon.
Steve Sullivan was very good.
Oh, I
Fun
loved
to
it.
watch.
But I think Paul Correa is probably the best player we ever had.
See,
I think Paul
he's
Correa,
easily the best player we
definitely.
ever had, but he wasn't here long enough for me to get.
I loved Paul Correa.
What was
Paul
he
Correa
here?
was
Was he
good.
here 2 years or 3 years?
He was here a while.
I think it was only 2 or 3.
It was only 2 or 3 years.
I can't remember.
He was with the Ducks for so long.
Let's look it up.
He came off of free agency. Remember that? Because I remember everybody freaked out when he came because we were like, "Why is this guy coming to Nashville?"
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, it was because it was
he
our
was a big
first
name.
big free agent signing. He played for the Nashville Predators.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
There was a lockout year
in 2000.
in 0405.
As you can tell,
Man, this is-
our brains don't think back that far anymore.
We were young at that
We were
point.
like, what, 7, maybe 6?
So he played in the 06-07 year, and that was his last year.
Yeah. So
In
no,
Nashville.
well, he played 2005, 2006, 2006, 2007. The
I'm
cool
just
thing about
I'm
that,
flipping through the years. He was not here in 03-04, so
No,
he
no,
was
no.
here in 04-05.
no, because 0405 had the lockout.
So 05-06 to 07-08. He played here 3 seasons. I was right.
Yeah. But was one of the Wait, what year did you say?
No. He only played here 2 years because he had 2005 to
And that was
2007.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
There was the lockout.
Yeah, because the
Anyway.
lockout happened there.
But I think Paul Correa is the all-time best Predator.
Heath, name your favorite, and we're cutting it off for the day.
My favorite was Scott Walker all day. Scott Walker.
Legend. Sliding down the boards.
He was awesome.
Bailey White also asked, how did we get into it? My Canadian uncle got me into it, and I think that was directed at me because I know Bailey personally, so there's her answer. But thank you guys. If you listen this far in the show, we love you. Please, we beg you, go
Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends.
do that. Give us a subscription on the podcast. Rate us 5 stars. We hope so. If we love you, we do love you. We do love you.
If we love you.
Give us a review. That means so much to us. If you are willing to do
the next podcast, Hattie Podcast Episode 4, there will be a giveaway.
there will be
I have no idea what that is going to be yet.
That's because I haven't told you yet, but there will be a giveaway. All right, guys, so that about wraps it up for this episode of the Hattie Podcast. We hope you enjoyed what you heard. Like, subscribe, and we will see you next time.